Hey, this is Dr. Margaret Christensen, host of the Toxic Mold Summit, and we are talking with Dr. Donald Dennis, extraordinarily brilliant ear, nose, and throat surgeon who has done tremendous work on the problems of mycotoxicosis, mold toxicity, and systemic and brain inflammation. And we are in the bonus section, and we're going to go through for patients who aren't getting better, what we can do here.
Okay,
go ahead. Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the most important slide because large numbers of these patients have been to multiple doctors and good doctors,
mm-hmm.
and they're not getting better. And so this is your this is your work list.
Mm-hmm.
90% of the time they're still in fungus, either knowingly or unknowingly. But the reason it's important is because at least most of them react 9,000 times normal, especially the ones that have sinus issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge number, 9,000 times normal. So how much do you need for those people to get sick? Tiny amounts. So if you have neurological symptoms, like your brain doesn't work, you've got tinnitus, vertigo, weakness, tremors, those kinds of symptoms, you're not going to be able to fix your environment that you got those in and get well,
mm-hmm.
because you're not measuring what's making you sick. What's making you sick is the MVOCs and the mycotoxins, which will penetrate through sheetrock and go through sealed plastic bags and go into wood furniture. And so you've got to move and not take anything with you. That's pretty drastic, but so is a neurological symptom. It's pretty drastic. So if you've done all your stuff and you're still in the environment that made you sick, you've got to move and not take anything with you. That's the message. If you can get that one thing right and move into a place that you know you're getting better in,
mm-hmm.
there's no doubt in your mind, I feel better here, then that's when you start testing the place. And sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days to make that decision. So you have to rent it, by the day until you can find out, is this place safe for me? That means no carpet. It needs to be a newer place, between a year and 5 to 8 years old. And it needs to have no fiberglass in the duct system, which is really hard to find in Florida. So if you find a place you feel good in, you can get all that stuff done later. And then the second one is sugar. A lot of these people are eating grains and they have a cracker or something. If you eat any sugar, you can't ever get better because you change the shape of the fungus. It turns into an invasive hyphal form, which is resistant to all antifungals. So you could take a candida, let it grow out on the SDI agar plate, and put an antifungal directly on top of it, and it won't work because it's got a sugar source. It's pretty dramatic.
That's pretty dramatic.
So when you put it right on it, it won't kill it.
Right.
So you have these patients who have this history. Oh, I'm on voriconazole, Sporanox, Doflacan, all the naturals, and nothing's working. Well, guess what? You're eating it, and you just got to go through your diet. It's got to be a meat, a seafood, a green vegetable, or a berry. And if it's not one of those, you can't have it, basically. Then you got to address the pituitary. The IGF-1 blood test for growth hormone is not normal. So if you take that test and you do the IGF-1 and you look at the normal range, say it's 5 to 10, then you add those two normal ranges together, divide by 2 for the mean. And if it's under the mean, you have a 53% chance you're growth hormone deficient.
Got it.
That's with a normal IGF-1.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how you quickly say, am I likely to have the problem, yes or no? Just do the mean. If you're below the mean, you probably have it. Then you've got to go get tested. And insurance will pay for injectable growth hormone if you fail an insulin tolerance test.